Lyn Carpenter, new Chief Executive of Thurrock Council. Welcome, welcome. What interested you? What do you think attracted you to the job of being Chief Executive here?
Well, if I'm honest, I didn't know a huge amount about Thurrock before I started to research what the place was about. And I was absolutely impressed with people of Thurrock, the place and the history, the progression in terms of the development that's going on, the opportunities that are being created for local people, and I got a real sense about how important a place it is for the community, the real kind of sense of community which you don't always see in other places. I love the history of the borough, and I think a lot of people probably don't know how important this part of London was throughout hundreds and hundreds of years of history. So it was a whole collection of things. The members of the borough here, the councillors, their views, and just the sense of what a great place it really is. All of those things, really.
But there are challenges, aren't there? Are you getting a sense, I know you haven't started, and we always have that caveat that you haven't started yet, so, but do you get a sense of the challenges or the development needs that this borough has as well?
In many ways, Michael, it's very similar to a lot of other authorities in and around the country. We are faced with some really difficult economic challenges. We know what that looks like over the next 3 to 4 years, and there will be lots that I'll need to learn about how we're going to meet that financial challenge while still making sure we provide all those relevant core services that the local residents would expect us to. Clearly, Thurrock is a place which is attracting a lot of inward investment. DP World, for example, Lakeside is extending, and there's lots of other opportunities. So how do we as the local council work with those particular stakeholders to get the best for our local residents, creating jobs and growth here in the borough? And I think we've got to really focus on the fact that Thurrock is for me, is a place that could do anything that we really wanted to. I believe that Thurrock is probably the place that in a few years people are going to be saying Thurrock is a borough that we're all aspiring to be like, because it's really understood what it is that's going to be the things that make it an even better place than it is now.
John Kent, in his valedictory speech to Graham Farrington Council, said that Graham Farrington sold the borough really well. Do you think you need to sell the borough as well?
It's an interesting concept, isn't it? And I think where there is a borough like that Thurrock, where we have attracted people to come here, there's that old adage, isn't it? People buy people. So people will see me as partly the face of Thurrock, and of course the members take that kind of strategic political leadership. And I do think that's it. We need to be somebody who people want to come and do business with. We're responsible for the public realm. We need to create a borough that is attractive for people who live here and for people who come to do business. So it is a little bit of that. I do absolutely understand Councillor Kent's comment there, and I can see what's happened up to now. But yes, I do think that is going to be something that will be part of my role.
If you were out and about in Aveley or Fobbing or Orsett or Grays High Street, and people, you know, the man in the street, you know, he said, "What is it you do?" You know, how would you, in less than 140 words, how would you define your job to him so that he would understand and grasp it and be interested?
My job is all about getting the people responsible for delivering in the borough, whether it's us or other services or partners such as the clinical commissioning group, GPs, etc., to do the very best we can for local people. That's what our job is about. The local people here in Thurrock pay our salaries. We are ultimately and rightly accountable to them, and we're here to make their lives the best they possibly can be.
Would you be bringing in your own team and things like that, or are you going to be making wholesale changes to certain members, certain ranks of staff or anything like that?
It's a really difficult question to know the answer to. What I do know is that there is already a very, very good team here in Thurrock, and I feel blessed to have the people that I'm going to be working with. Clearly any change in coming into the organisation as Chief Exec is a change in style, because I'm not Graham, you know, I'm different, and I'll do things slightly differently, I'm sure, not necessarily deliberately, but just because that's the way we all are. What I'm doing right now is listening, meeting as many people as I can, and trying to absorb as much information to give me some sense of priorities and where I can spend my time most effectively.
Again, another, and I've only got a few more questions, just a sense of what Thurrock is. And again, because some people go, where's that? And when you describe where...
If I'd had a pound for everybody who said that to me so far.
And when you say to somebody, you can stand there and see Canary Wharf, people get very surprised, oh, it's that close to London. But do you get a sense that it's Londonish or Essex-ish, forgive my grammar there, or do you think it has a unique sense of itself?
I think it's the latter. And one of the questions I asked to the members of the recruitment panel was what made Thurrock special. And each of the 5 members of the panel gave me a sense of that. And I got a real sense that Thurrock is quite unique. It's neither or. It's location-wise, we're in a really good position alongside the Thames, etc. We're not London, and I don't think we aspire to be London. Nor are we are not Essex. We're part of obviously a regional area, but I don't think you could say we're either or. What I think we need to do is make sure we are working with the right partners in and outside the borough to get the best for our local residents, and I think that's going to be key to part of the success going forward.
How long are you going to be here?
Well, I'd like to be here for a reasonably long time. It's a bit like politics, you can never say how long that will be. In some ways it feels a little bit like I've come home, and I've been quite fortunate that all the boroughs I've worked for, I've had some kind of emotional pull to them. People know that I've been involved in sport a long time, and I used to play for Essex Met County at netball, so it's this kind of area where there's a lot of people who I've played netball for a long time have come from, so coming back into this area, it's not all new. I do know the location, so I actually feel I'm coming back to now work for an area that I also represented at netball, which is quite nice.
So you're really looking forward to this, and we come back in a year's time, you'll have plenty to say.
I would hope that we'll come back and I'll be able to say in the year, this is what's happened, this is what's changed, and more importantly, how happy the residents are, and these are the things that we're going to be doing going forward. So yeah, I can't wait to get here in September.
Lyn Carpenter, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.